everybody, and welcome to ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers actual play series here on the Initiative Order. I am Will. I will be your game master story guide for the entire series, actually. Gathered with me currently are 4 of my 5 Rangers. Once our 5th is here and ready to go, we'll jump to a quick break and get them right into it. We're going to do a really fast speed name, pronouns, character you're playing, jump into the intro video because we got a lot to cover tonight, especially after the end of the last episode. So start, as always, with Alec.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alec the Bard. Playing Peter the Red Ranger. Next!
Javante.
Hi, I'm Javante. I play Dior, the Black Ranger.
Krimsin.
Hey, y'all, I'm Krimsin. I play Gina, the Yellow Ranger.
And Pluto.
Everyone, I'm Pluto. I play Frankie Oliver, the Green Ranger.
And joining us here soon will be Brandon, who is going to be playing Marcia, the Pink Ranger. And I am Will, or the Lore Keeper for Arclight Court, and I will be your GM for tonight. Let's go ahead and jump into our intro and get right into the action. And welcome back, everybody. So, starting off tonight's session, if you missed anything in the last episode, feel free to jump over to YouTube and catch up. But we're going to jump right into the action. We are going to go with Gina.
Mm-hmm.
Gina, you are currently in the power chamber with Professor Cranston, looking through the storage containers and storage areas for a sword and a spell book. Professor Cranston seems to be funneling as much of his white ArcaKnight Ranger into the Zords to keep them still going through the transformation process. If you could give me an alertness, give me an alertness check.
Cool. That is a 7.
A 7 total?
Total.
Alrighty. So as you're looking through everything, there's like 12 different swords in here. You're not seeing any spell books of any kind, really. As you're continuing your search, none of them seem like what you're looking for, but you don't know exactly what you're looking for, what this sword is supposed to look like, even what the spell book might look like. It might not even be a spell book, like similar to your arcane grimoire, which is your cell phone. It could be some other device here within. But as you're looking, your grimoire actually starts to activate, and Saren springs out of it in this like energy like outlined form and starts prancing around the area.
Oh, hey, Saren, thanks for coming out. I'm actually struggling. do you sense anything with like magic around here? Do you have that ability?
I mean, I could start sniffing for a second. I mean, there's a lot here. There's like a lot of power and like stuff, but it kind of like steps out of the like storage locker kind of room that you're in and moves down a hallway to a larger, almost bay door as he like prods at it for a second and then steps through the door.
Well, in that case, after I see Saren wander out, I am going to like go ahead and keep all of the swords that I found separated in a neat little pile off to the side. And then I'm gonna be like, hey, Professor, I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Were you able to find anything?
I found all of these swords, but I don't know if any of them are the right ones. And then Saren started wandering after I asked if they could help me find anything. So I'm gonna go see what they found.
I'll look over the swords and see
Sounds
if
good.
they fit anything. He'll walk into that like storage locker space. As you continue down the hallway, approaching the bay doors, you see a glow move around the frame of the doorways themselves, mirroring your yellow ranger spectrum color before they sink in and then slide, separating.
Just like Star Trek. Cool.
No
I
light,
just, like,
no lights come on, but you do see the same glowing Saren kind of prancing through the area. Give
Can
me
I
another
attempt-
alertness check.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I attempt to do a magic and get some globial lights to light this
absolutely.
room up?
Give me a magic roll. That'll be it's a D4 skill. So go ahead and roll that for me.
18.
So you describe how you cast
I just
this
kind of
spell.
like hold up my spell book and kind of like think about going into the flashlight settings for a second. And then like as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of like, wait a second. And then like I just like trace up some patterns of some circles across it and just try to like push it out.
As you do, these small globules of yellow light form. 7 of them move out over the space, now better illuminated than just the glowing Saren. You see a collection of vehicles in there. You see several motorcycles that have like this shark motif to them. You see a like silver Volkswagen Bug with like a turbine engine on the front of it. You see a like red Corvette parked more towards the back. You see this blue Jeep parked over to the right. None of them accumulating any dust, but you could, at least from observing, they haven't moved. Like you could tell they've been sitting there for a long time, but there's no showing of like time passing over these objects.
That's super cool. I step in and I'm gonna go ahead and just like start looking around and just like, what are you sensing, Saren?
Saren has moved around to the Jeep, jumped into it, still sniffing, jumps out of it, jumps through the T-top of the red Corvette in the corner, like sits in the driver's seat for a second and then turns and then hops out of it. And Saren approaches the shark cycles in the corner and goes, they're not supposed to look like this. These
What
were
do you mean?
changed. Well, and you watch Saren's normal, like Kit Fox outline, then grow into the larger seven-tailed kitsune form. And standing on the hind legs, you see the seven tails spread behind its back as Saren steps towards these cycles and says, these were changed. They weren't always this.
Mm-hmm.
There's still magic here. And you watch as the tails flowing, then each graze the edge of 5 of the 6 shark cycles. Now I'd like you to open the document that I sent you and scroll to the bottom. Just you.
Okay.
And you watch as these shark cycles begin to transform. The appearance that you see
Oh my
is
God.
amazing. This
Yeah, it
and
is.
Saren says these were originally the ArcaKnights, and they were left here to Zordon. And I assume that I believe his alpha made changes to better suit the Rangers who needed them at the time. But these are yours.
Beautiful.
These are all of yours. One of them, the blue one, still sits unchanged.
Okay.
Saren says, until the blue ArcaKnight energy is released or activated, I cannot awaken that one. But for now, at least, we will have these.
That is incredible. Thank you. I go ahead and reach into my pocket and pull out a Butterfinger bar and just like, this is for you. This is a reward.
Happily takes, tosses it in the gullet. And it's weird. This is a energy, like it's an outline of a being. It's not even fully corporeal. You're just seeing the outline of Saren, the Kitsune ArcaKnight. But even then, Butterfinger down the hatch and it's gone. Like there's no floating in the air, anything. Snack thrown right back. It's at this moment that Professor Cranston walks into the vehicle hangar and says, no, all of the swords that were there, and you see he's like looking at the vehicles that you see, belonged to other Rangers. I knew something was different about those. I knew it.
Honestly, Saren just transformed all of the ones that we have in our grid right now back, and these are the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I get one.
Professor Cranston raises his arcane grimoire up to you and says, well, the others have been disconnected. And he shows like the 6 spheres towards the top, and you can see the 4 of your friends' spheres. There's no energy showing in the 4 of theirs.
How
I think
would something like that happen?
this is magic. I specialize in technology and things of that nature. Why don't we and he like looks over the gathered vehicles there. Let's get these ready for you guys.
Sounds like a plan. Do you think it's possible you could ask, sorry. Looking, trying to find name.
Philo?
Philo. Yes. Do you think you could ask Philo what's going on with the magic? They seem knowledgeable.
How about you ask Philo? I'll get these ready to deploy for you guys when needed.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, then I'm just going to like immediately rush out into the main power chamber to try to find Philo.
Alrighty. As you rush out of the like staging area of the vehicles, the vehicle hangar, and move down the hallway into the power chamber, and then break towards the entrance into the arcanium plexus. You see Philo is like pulling books off of the walls with like magic and setting them in front of him, and he's like flipping through pages vigorously. And as you enter the room, you watch that same 180 head turn towards you as the books are still moving. And he goes, the other rangers have been separated, and the Gold Ranger's power, the Chimera's power has been activated.
Chimera's power's been activated and all of the other rangers are separated. What can I do to help?
Well, we can try and force their grimoires to accept more power, whether it's sending our own or having the professor. We'll try to like overload it, try and force whatever spell it may be away from our side at least.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a magic roll. Give me a spell
Alrighty.
casting roll.
18 again.
18, awesome. You know that you can't use any of Professor Cranston's power currently because that's being used to continue the transformation of the Zords. But you can, through your own might and power, funnel energy into the arcane plexus grimoire to try and dispel whatever happened, to try and reconnect the Rangers back to the Morphing Grid, back to the ArcaKnight power.
Yeah.
With the
Okay.
18, you also sense through your spellcasting that the Gold Ranger energy is tarnished. That it's been activated incorrectly. It's been accessed against its own will. Especially from Philo and Flamel's discussion about how the Morphing Grid could also be a living thing. It's like it was turned against itself. And you're able to ascertain that.
Mm-hmm. I am going to walk right up to the Arcanium plexus with this information and just like put my hands out to both sides of it and just like try to channel not only the energy to try to reactivate their morphing grid capabilities, the rest of the rangers, but also see if I can't use some magic to try to clean the gold.
Okay. So for reconnecting their morphing grid power, give me another spell casting, this time with an edge. So you'll roll a d6 plus the d4 and d2 on this roll.
Alrighty. Oh, that is so nice.
Oh, up
Do
shift,
I
not
add
edge.
all of those or just the highest?
The highest of the other three, and then your d20 roll.
Yeah, so 17 on the d20, and I got a 6 on the d6. So that's a critical success with a 23 total.
Oh, yeah. So with that critical success, you watch as the grimoire within the Arcanium plexus glow with your yellow spectrum energy as the pages flit and move back and forth, and you watch like small sections of spells gathering and moving together to create the spell necessary. And as you cast it, you watch as all of their morphing grid energy, their morphing grid connections are reattached almost instantly. Now for trying to cleanse the gold. This will be with a snag and a downshift. So
Alright.
2d20 take the lowest and only a d2 added.
Alright, let's do this. So that's 6 total, but technically it was a 2 on the d2.
Okay. So
I didn't expect this to go well, don't worry.
you understand that whatever is tarnishing the gold energy, whatever is causing the negative interaction with it, is a very powerful spellcaster.
Mhm.
You honestly believe that even if Flamel tried, he wouldn't have been successful in doing this.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, I had to try.
You then see on your own grimoire the other four rangers' connections reestablished. And then you also see the other four rangers have morphed almost immediately after the connections have been realigned as well.
Oh, are they in danger? Is there, I know there's typically a view screen in like the ranger hideouts and stuff. Is there any way that I can like pull up video to see what's going on?
Yes, there is the scrying sphere that's set over towards where the Arcanium plexus grimoire is. And as you move closer to that with the image in your head of are my friends safe? Are they okay? What's going on? The image opens to the four of them in combat within Vulcan Skull's juice bar with a goat-like creature with a large lens affixed to the center of its torso and a old shutterbox camera for the head. They seem for the most part to have it completely under control, but the scrying sphere backs away slightly and you watch as groups of your classmates are loaded into like blacked out SUVs and driving away before you see a flash of gold leave the juice bar as well.
Okay.
As you see all of this, Professor Cranston comes into the Arcanium plexus and says, I'm pretty sure Your friends need you, and they're ready to go. Why don't you take them their new rides?
Sounds good. Can we activate some of that teleportation?
I think it might be better for you to ride those in.
How do I drive 5 of those?
You'll only need to drive the one. The others will follow.
Amazing. That sounds great. Yeah, let's do it. And I like it giddily, just like run as fast as I can back to that room and hop on the yellow one and just like start it up.
As you run through the hallway connecting to the power chamber into the vehicle hangar, as you leap onto the vehicle itself, you are immediately transformed into the yellow ArcaKnight Ranger, and you watch the bay doors open in front of you as you and the other 4 vehicles lead into the night. And now we'll
Amazing.
go to our other 4 Rangers. The decision is now yours. The 4 of you standing just outside of Balkan Skull's arcade and juice bar. Do you go and save your classmates, or go for the Vorpal sword?
I think maybe we should split our resources here.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me.
So long as we're meeting up afterwards, but that sword sounds like it belongs to one of y'all. And I'm glaring at Peter.
I mean, as long as we get it out of their hands, as long as it doesn't belong to them, that's I think what we need to make sure is that they don't get this, so they can't use it against us.
But I think that you'd be able to use it against them, and I think that that's key here as well.
Right.
If you're heading there, I think it's best for me to probably head after the kids. At least we split up our 2 up close fighters into 2 different parties. Makes more sense. Maybe I can grapple into whatever vehicles they took them off in. If we can find them, but we'll worry about that soon, I guess.
Yeah, I can join you, Frankie, if that helps.
Yeah, that works.
Marcia, make an alertness check.
Reggie.
And Dior, give me a technology.
Hey, the things I'm good at.
This doesn't require insight, just a mere alertness check.
Yeah, just a regular alertness check.
Okay.
15.
15 for technology.
9 alertness.
9 alertness. Alrighty.
So alert.
Dior, power chamber bay doors open. 5 vehicles en route. Yellow ArcaKnight Ranger en route.
Just starts like smiling underneath the helmet. Ooh, that's
Each
good.
of you begin hearing the sounds of galloping and motorcycles combined, like 2 steps of a horse and then the revving of a motorcycle. I'd like all of you to open the document I sent to you.
Yeah. Like there's a horsepower joke in there somewhere, but
There's summer. Interesting.
And then scroll to the bottom.
Oh hell yeah!
As
Oh hell yeah!
appearing in front of Balkan Skull's arcade and juice bar, you see the ArcaKnight Paladin cycles. The front half of this like a horse, 2 galloping legs, a horse-like head. You can see the bite and brittle attached to the top of it. The back portion of the body, a large wheel, a large motorcycle's wheel with like powerful exhaust coming off of both sides. You can see there's a mix of like modern vehicle plating and then on the front, more medieval, Dark Ages, war mount and tackle onto the front portion of it, and each one bearing the colors of each of the ArcaKnight Rangers for them. And riding the yellow ArcaKnight Paladin cycle in the center of the gathering, you see Gina approaching the rest of you.
Yeah, as I approach, I'm gonna go ahead and like have the back tire spin as it comes to a stop, just so I just like look cool as it like slides up in
You're just
front
going to
of you.
Akira slide
and-
over to us.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I'm
let's
just gonna be
go.
like, get on, losers. We got a world to save.
Yes.
All right. Well, now we have transportation.
Yeah, that helps to find it in the vehicle issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Alright.
know how much you know about what's going on, Gina, but 2 of us are heading after Sword, 2 of us are heading after the kids. You're free to join whoever.
Well, I'm always down to help as many people as I can. I think that's what I gotta do here.
Okay, cool. You're with me and
Alright.
Marcia then.
And Dior and I got the sword.
Yep.
So you guys seem to be safe.
And remind me really quick, Urk. It was at a lake, right? It was a lake nearby.
It's at Turtle Cove Lake,
Turtle
which
Cove
is
Lake.
about 30-45 minutes away, but you gauged that walking,
Right.
Of course it's
Not
in a,
on
of
the-
course
Not
it's in
on
a
horse.
lake.
Not on horse motorcycle.
not on superpowered
course it's in
horse
a lake.
Power
Of
Ranger
course it's in a
motorcycle.
lake.
You guys
So-
be safe too.
With that, we will cut with Peter and Dior, our red and black ArcaKnight Rangers. I'd like both of you to give me driving rolls.
Driving rules.
It is a speed-based skill.
I'm just trying to think of the mechanics of how this thing rides.
Okay, drive.
My thought on how this thing rides is the back tire does function like a motorcycle, but the front legs are galloping.
Yep,
Hmm.
that's
It's gonna be-
exactly how it works.
It's going to be one of those days. I got a 15 again.
I went to roll for it, and it didn't happen. Please, I asked nicely. Oh no! Oh no! I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, no.
Beans! Beans!
I love this.
Alec, or
So-
Peter falls off his bike and re-injures his knee. Damn.
No!
Dior, almost instant integration. You understand the bit and bridle to the like mechanized horse portion of it, how the galloping is actually increasing the momentum of the rear wheel, allowing it to move faster. You do know that there are no weapons on board to it, but you are also aware that that means you are free to attack while riding said, wonderful mount.
The knight.
Peter, this is a horse.
Let me see my Impala. This is a lot different. This is a lot different than my Impala.
Full coverage, 4 doors, comfy seat, steering wheel, not bite and tackle, horse galloping. It's taking a bit.
Are you
of-
still
of
Ranger morphed?
anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
All right, you're going to hear just over your helmet, what? I thought you were the best at everything.
Shut up. I'm looking fucking trying to figure it out.
Are you adding your equip?
I'm going to
To
add my
his next
quip
roll?
to that, yeah.
Okay. So to your next roll, you get a shift up in your next roll for driving the vehicle. You know the direction. You
Right.
know where to go. The fun part about this is I would like both of you, are you planning to do this stealthily? Which sounds odd because you're 2 Power Rangers on horse motorcycles tearing through Angel Grove at probably about 8-9 o'clock at night. But are you attempting to do this by taking like side roads, avoiding any major interactions with the populace, or are you just straight lining it there?
I don't know if we have time or we are very stealthy. So
Alrighty.
You can look at my character sheet here real quick. No.
no, yeah, not stealthy.
So
Let him put videos on the gram. That's fine.
Alrighty. So for that, I'll have both of you give me a streetwise roll.
Oh, I got this one.
I don't. But hey, you have a shift up if you need it.
Oh my. Do I have to use it on the next roll, or can I hold on to it?
You don't have to use it on the next roll.
Okay, so I can save it. Cool.
That's an 11.
That is a 13.
13 and 11. Alrighty. Yeah, you have hit the bar run area outside of UCAG, and there are flashes left and right. You can see cameras being held up, people screaming, Power Rangers, yeah! As you guys are tearing down the road. You are able to maneuver through the streets, through all of the main streets, avoiding any like traffic buildup, even so much as going onto like sidewalks and then climbing back up onto roads through the overpasses to head towards Turtle Cove Lake. As you guys get there, you can see the crescent moon's light reflecting off of the water here in Turtle Cove Lake. I would like either one of you to give me a culture or history check.
That's all you, buddy.
That's fair.
I could try, but that's a 10.
I'll go ahead and do it too.
I think I just got. Did I get it?
Oh, that's better. That's an 18.
Alrighty. Peter, for you, one of the things that you do know about Turtle Cove is it's said that a group of rangers from maybe about 10, 15 years ago, their home base was whatever was lifted out of this lake that's shaped like a giant turtle. They're called the Wild Force Rangers. They didn't really operate within Angel Grove, but it was something that was like, oh, they operate off of a flying turtle base. It's got to be from Turtle Lake. That's where they got that thing from. That's about the extent you have on the area.
Mhm.
Dior, they absolutely pulled that turtle shaped thing out of this lake. It absolutely came from here. There is a lot of like there are jokes that it was similar to the lake that Excalibur was handed to King Arthur in. That, you know, the lady in the lake, there's a bunch of like random ghost stories about the lake itself. Nothing so much confirmed of any nature. But the two of you do see through the helmets of your ranger form a gathering of morphing grid lines that lead to a point somewhere near the center of the lake.
I think we found where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, looks like we're going for a swim.
Yep.
I guess I'm gonna park my horse cycle, and I'll do a quick before we go into the water. Can I do a quick like cursory glance around?
Absolutely.
See if we're alone.
So you've got options here.
Hmm.
You can roll alertness, you can roll streetwise, or you can roll spell casting.
I think I'm gonna do alertness, and I'm gonna use that uptick.
Okay.
This time. Ooh, that's a 17.
So with a 17
Thank you.
alertness, there doesn't seem to be anybody out over here. You're in the beginning portions of fall, moving towards winter. Camping season's kind of over. There aren't any like set up picnics or tents or anything in the area. It seems to just be yourself and Dior, as well as your paladin cycles there.
Okay. So no baddies.
Not that you see or are aware of.
Okay. Well, it seems like we're alone. So, all right. Well, you ready to go?
Yeah, give me just a second as I like
Sure.
see you just nervously poke the water with the axe. Like,
If
Axe into the water.
mhm. Just a nervous push in.
The axe dissipates. It's no longer in your hand.
did you dismiss it
I
or
did not dismiss the axe.
okay?
All right. Hypotheses are based around several tests. Dip my finger into the water.
Finger in the water.
Be careful. You're like made of Morphing Grid energy.
I'm aware.
You immediately demorph.
Ah!
So does this thing eat Morphing Grid energy?
Do I feel any different?
Make a spellcasting roll if you would like to figure this out. It is a D4 skill for both of you.
Plays the
beans.
rest of the
Okay.
campaign as a
Uh,
normal person.
Dior, you can roll technology if you would like instead.
Oh,
So
yes.
14 for me.
14.
I'm going to use tech.
Okay. So Peter, with spellcasting, you watch as you draw your grimoire out and run your hand over the pages of it. The red spell symbols like float over the top of the water, and as they do, you watch them disappear as soon as they come in contact with it.
24.
This seems to have a like counter. No morphing grid abilities, powers, protection is accessible or usable within the water.
Got
it
it.
like negates it. You must be a person, human. That's the only way to traverse the water, which makes sense. Other people come here and go in the water, no issues. Nobody's got missing axes or boats or anything, but Dior's axe just completely disappeared. He was completely demorphed as soon as he touched the water. Your spell sigils are dissipating as soon as they come in contact. Dior,
Yeah.
this is the antithesis of your current existence, which is looking back now, a reason why you think your parents never took you to this lake after the accident.
He is going to turn, just looking over to Peter, and I'm just going to sit. All right, this is on you, because I'm not quite sure what would happen to me if I took a swim in there, and I don't feel like finding out.
All right, and I'm gonna demorph, and I'm gonna toss my grimoire to Dior and be like, "Hold that, while I go for a swim." And I'm gonna go for a swim in the lake.
This water is cold.
Ah, son of a bitch. God.
Cold.
All right.
So much so that you feel your knee starting to act up again.
Oh no.
Lovely. I'm gonna make my way to that kind of center point where we saw the energy coming together in the middle of the lake.
Are you doing it swimming across the top first, or are you going down?
I'm gonna swim across the top until I get close, and then I'll go down.
Okay. Swimming across the top. Give me just give me a conditioning.
Cool.
D20 plus whatever your conditioning.
D4. So it's a 10 plus 3, so another 13.
Simple enough. Still, knees still kind of. You lived with it, but it's not the best. You get right over, well, what you assume to be right over the top of where you saw those converging lines.
Okay.
You're gonna dive down?
Yep, I'm gonna dive down.
Give me an athletics or conditioning roll.
I'll do conditioning again. Oh, that's a nat 20 plus 3. So 23.
Ooh, yeah. So the initial dunk and dive clarity, that cold water, instant, sobering effect. You have a mission, you have a goal, you have a point, dive down. And you get just a little under halfway down. It only takes you about 10, 12 seconds. Just power swimming as far down as you can. Give me another athletics or conditioning roll.
All right. That's 16 on the die plus 3, so 19.
19.
I'm using this dice from now on.
Crossing another 20, 30%. And the moonlight coming through the water is the only light you have guiding you. As clear as this water is, it's still dark beneath you. Dior, give me an alertness check.
Yeah. No. Here. That's an 8.
You won't get to react to it, but I will tell you what you see.
Uh-oh.
As Peter plunges his head into the water and you're watching over it, you see a silvered mist start to move over the water. And not like covering the entire lake, just a small bundle of silvered mist. And it seems to go right over where Peter went under. And you watch it pull itself up into almost like a spike made of cloud.
Oh, no.
As it slowly starts sinking into the water.
Beans. Beans.
Peter, give me another conditioning or athletics.
Hot dice. Okay, that's 11 plus 3 again, so 14.
Hand scrapes the dirt and rocks at the bottom. You're only about 18, 20 seconds into holding your breath, swimming all the way down. But you can feel the bottom of the water, the bottom of the lake now. You start moving through there, trying to feel for anything. Give me an alertness or survival.
We're going to do survival. D4. I have a D4 in survival. So that's a 12 on the die plus 4, 16.
Scraping, moving rocks away. You feel something metal for a second, and then as you pull at the edge of it, it's like an abandoned like pontoon boat anchor. You just like wrench it up, kind of like move it over and to the side. You're now about 35, 36 seconds into being underwater. As you reach into the opening that little anchor was in, you feel something there. And it's in that moment that this silver mist moves past your face. And you watch it wrap around your arm. And then pull your arm all the way down, holding you to the bottom of the lake.
Oh, no. This is my nightmare.
I need you to make a might roll for me.
Oh, perfect. Give me that D6. Give me that D6. That's a 16 on the die plus 4, so dirty 20.
You start wrenching and pulling your arm up, and you're able to break that mist holding you to the ground, and you watch it's like trying to reach back for your arm again, and instead starts like a gold panner sifting through like pay dirt, trying to get to the gold itself. You watch it start waving and lashing at the dirt and gravel at the bottom of this lake until you see what you were initially grabbing at.
Well, which was?
You see a sheathed sword.
Grab that. Gonna grab that.
You grab it. You're now at 42, 43
Yeah.
seconds underwater. As soon as your hand comes in contact with the scabbard, you watch that silver mist move around the scabbard and then grab onto it, like seep into it, and starts the sword itself starts trying to pull you up out of the water.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on with both hands and go for a ride. If this is gonna get me to the surface faster, I'll do what I gotta do.
Give me another might check.
All right, you got that. You got it. You got it.
I still see the
easy,
mist from where
easy day. 15 plus 4, 19.
And Dior, where you saw that mist pull down, it's been about 20 seconds. Do you do anything? Do you say anything?
I'm gonna do something stupid. Okay. So hey, I might do something really dumb. This is panic mode me. I have both grimoires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast a spell using both as a catalyst?
Give me a spellcasting roll. What are you intending with this spell?
I'm going to completely use a D&D term here. I want to see if I can thunder wave the mist away.
Just
or at least
obliterate
get it
the mist.
Yeah, just off, away. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a D4 skill.
Please. Holy shit! All right, that's an 18 plus a 4 on the D4.
Oh,
so
let's
that's
go.
22.
Hot dice, baby.
Oh, God.
Understanding the technology of these grimoires allows you to momentarily tap into Peter's. And in the moment you tap into Peter's, you hear the voice of Cinder say, "I'll take care of this half."
Gotcha.
Kyron then focuses, and you watch a large red dragon and a Cerberus move out from the phone and gathered Morphing Grid energy across the top layer of the water, not touching the water at all, before Kyron turns his head down and roars into the top of it as Cinder like swings his wings down, and you watch this almost crater of air get pushed into the water. Peter, you are on your way up. Here we go. There's now a large three-headed dog comprised of black energy, and Cinder in his full dragon form above the water, and the surface tension has now dipped.
So am I now like in the middle of that?
The sword has crested through. You still had a few more seconds. There would have been one more roll to maintain holding onto the sword to get through the surface tension, but with that concaving of the surface tension, you are now out of the water and then slowly settled back to the surface.
Like, is the mist still trying to kill me, or is the mist gone?
The mist was absorbed by the sword. The mist that wrapped around your arm and pulled you down, when you broke away, it moved all of the dirt and rock around the area. And then when you grabbed the sword, the mist was pulled into it.
Oh, interesting. I'm just going to kind of float on my back at the top of the water. Like, Cinder, can you pick me up, please? I don't know if Cinder can pick. No, because Cinder would dip their claws in it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I got this. And I'm just gonna like do the teacup swim that you learned in swim class with your kids to just like get back to the shore.
Yes. As you approach the shore, Dior, you now sense the Connection to the morphing grid within this lake is gone. As this seemed to be some kind of anchor or connecting point for it. Peter, the sword in your hand feels heavy. Like holding lead heavy.
What does it look like?
The handle houses several gems around the pommel. The end of it seems to gather in some like swirl of fire in like this gold or almost copper kind of metal. The cross guard is 2 spread dragon wings out, but there are 3 chains crossing over the handle and the sheath and the cross guard, locking it closed. The sheath is jet black with several same gems down the front of it. And carved on the back of it is to our leader, Arturia, commander.
Oh, we got the sword.
To start.
Thanks for helping me out.
Toss you the grimoire.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that back.
No problem. You can repay me by letting me study that.
You're holding your grimoire now?
Yeah. Yeah, Dior just tossed it back to me.
Give me a spellcasting roll.
That's with a D4, yeah?
Yes.
Interesting. So that's a 12 plus 4, 16.
Alrighty. So you are not hindered by this as your mind is battered again, similar to how it was in the juice bar. You see your mother or someone who looks almost identical to your mother in combat. You can see through the periphery other ArcaKnights in combat fighting against these dark, wicked, powerful Draugr. And for a moment, it seems like the ArcaKnights are losing. They're being beaten down. They're being crushed and walked over, their weapons pulled from their hands, until the woman who appears to be your mother reaches down, grabs the handle of the sword, and you watch the chains unlock as the sword is then drawn, and you watch this woman now be covered in red ArcaKnight armor, and cinder flies from above and strafes the battlefield, burning away at the Draugr as she raises the sword into the air and calls, "ArcaKnights, we will win!" and charges forward. And you see very familiar, although not as mechanical, steeds rushing into battle as well before your vision is brought back.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I just had another vision, watching my mom, I guess, pull the sword from the sheath. I'm gonna grab the hilt and try to draw it from the sheath.
As you grab the hilt and go to try and draw it from the sheath, you see only one of the gems light, and it glows a dull red. When your mother drew the sword, all of the gems were alight.
Were they all light red, or were they light different colors?
All the different colors.
Huh. There's 3 gems?
There are several gems.
Oh, okay.
You need to do a bit more inspecting to know exactly how many.
All right. Well, we have the sword. I can't draw it yet, but we can study it at least back at base.
Right. Just, this is so interesting. It seemed to act like an anchor. It's where all the morphing grid energy came from. And plus the visions. Hey, Ron, you're still with me, right?
Yes.
You mind pulling up the image of that symbol you saw?
The image appears floating between the two of you in like black energy.
Why was this what was connected to everything? I'm just kind of like rotating the symbol around, just seeing anything I can pick up on it.
Give me a spell crafting roll, a spell casting roll.
Science and tech go hand in hand. That's a dirty 20.
That spell circle is used to like pass information back and forth, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's passing back and forth between two people in the same timeline. This could be used to send information from the past to the future, or from the future to somebody in the past.
Arthur's legends were from much older age. And if magic can be utilized to send information back and forth through time frames, I have potentially good news. It depends on how you place good news. It's probably not your mom you're looking at.
Oh, okay. Well, she looked just like her.
But yeah,
And with that, we'll cut to the other three.
All right.
As the three of you now, Brandon, did you get a chance to open up the file and see the ArcaKnight Paladin mounts?
I did. I am very intrigued. Marcia wants to know if the horse is alive.
By all intents and purposes, no.
I want to pet the horse. Okay, cool. Noted.
It seems to still have the same responses as a horse would through interaction. Bite and tackle used to control movement, speed, things of that nature. Giving commands allows them to move and maneuver in the ways that you're anticipating or would like them to. But they don't seem to be alive. This might be magic. It might be artificial intelligence.
Might be both.
Okay, noted.
So the three of you are chasing down the kidnappers. I'd like all three of you to give me alertness or streetwise rolls.
Alertness.
Nice. Nat 20 plus 2.
There we go.
19 total.
19.
9.
Marcia, this is the horse. Yes. Loving it. It pet the back of it, it shakes its head. This is perfect. I love this. Gina and Frankie, you guys were able to see and remember the directions that the SUVs took off in. Gauging how fast they were going and the direction they were going in, especially from Peter's interactions recently, you assume they're heading towards Area 52.
Okay.
Which is about an hour and a half away from Angel Grove. No telling how fast these things go, and that time frame is if you're walking.
Well, let's see what these things they do. I'm just going to full throttle on the horse bike.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Let's open them up.
I imagine that I'm like leaning way to the left because my arm on the right is dragging me down to like balance the bike. That big ass arm just trailing off.
So have everybody give me driving rolls.
I am not good at this.
Okay.
I got a D2. I got a D2. That means
I
I
didn't
don't
put
have to
anything
roll
in
with
driving
disadvantage.
specifically because when I'm have my Zord, I'm not going to be driving it. That's the plan. Okay, that's a 14. I didn't roll too bad. Okay.
I got a 12 with a 2 on the D2, so that's technically crit
That's a
whatever.
crit on the D2, yeah.
Ooh, 14.
All right. Everybody's doing a lot better than Peter was. We'll just say that. Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
guy who's
There's
the
better.
best at everything.
Much better control, much better guidance, the leaning, maneuvering, giving the commands for how to circumvent certain areas of Angel Grove as you guys continue through the desert leading towards Area 52. And ahead of you, all you see are the 3 black vehicles tearing through the front gates. And as they cross over the threshold, you watch as the gates begin to close.
I'm not going to slow down. I'm going to ram the gates.
I'm feeling overconfident with my magic right now. I think Gina's feeling very overconfident in the magic. She's gonna try to create like a ramp illusion of hard light so we can
Okay.
just jump the gate.
Okay.
I want to assist in that.
Frankie, does anybody tell Frankie that this is their plan?
I'll be
And
like,
don't let his laugh deter you. Does anybody tell Frankie?
honestly, I think I'm going to announce it through like our ranger headsets or whatever and just be like, I have an idea. Hold on a second.
Frankie, do you listen?
Frankie has just leaned forward.
All right. So this will be contested. Marcia, if you are helping in this casting of this spell, Gina, you will get a shift up 1. So this will be a D6, D4, D2. Frankie, if you're going to ram the gate, use the ram attack listed on the paladin cycles.
Yep, I saw that already. That was the idea. Okay, cool. So it's D2. Okay. We'll flip the little dragon Zord coin first.
There we go.
Not
believe
terrible,
that
but
is a
not
2.
great.
And then D20. Is a 15 total.
15 total.
But with
Gina,
a
what did
crit
you get?
on the detail.
I got a 12 total, but with a crit on the D4.
Okay. So here's how this happens. Frankie, as you tuck forward, wrapping your less dominant arm in the bit and bridle, heavy fist ready to go. As you lean, the horse's head leans down too, giving you the perfect space to reach back and punch. But before you can make contact, you watch the head of the paladin cycle burst with its own antlers and crash into the gate itself. That does 2 points of damage to it, and the metal gate. Your roll was 14, correct?
15.
15? Yeah. Breaks right through the gate as it's closing. Gina, as you draw your grimoire and your arc wand side weapon, tracing the spell sigils from the book in front of you, you watch as this like yellow lightning energy seems to go out and form, creating like this kind of bridge or causeway, as Marcia almost seems to follow suit and does the same. And as the outline of this causeway is made by your lightning, you can see this like swirling pink whirlwind start to form between those two lightning bolts, creating this solid force to lift you off the ground and then over the fence or over the gateway. As the two of you go up and over the top, you see Frankie bash through the gate, breaking as the two of you then land in front of Frankie. Continuing forward, the three of you see the SUVs enter into a hangar, and the hangar doors are beginning to close.
Yeah, full speed.
I know what I want to do again.
I want to.
It
I want
worked
to see
so
if
well
I can
the
get
first
fast
time.
enough to slide in before there is no more space for me to get through the door.
Okay, Marcia's going for the Akira
I
slide.
want to cast a spell though. Actually, this time I think. I have an
Okay,
idea.
what's your idea?
I'm gonna hold my hand open like towards the gap, and I want to make a pair of stag horns appear in the gap and hold it open, just enough for the bites to go through.
Okay,
Nice.
Gina, what would you like to do?
I think I'm just gunning it towards it, and if it starts to go down too far, I'm also going to be trying to slide.
Okay, so we've got two people going for the Akira slide and one person going for a spell to keep it open. Let's start with the spell. Frankie, give me a spell casting roll.
That is a 14 with a crit on the D4.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you watch as the hangar doors are getting ready to start closing down. As you realizing now, Gina and Marcia just jumped the entire gate. Didn't even need to bash through. I'm gonna try this spell casting thing. Grimoire out, arc wand out, tracing the sigils in front of you. You see what looks like Rowan rushing forward at first, and then it splits almost like a myriad of Rowans getting underneath the door and then pushing it up. As Gina and Marcia, give me driving checks.
Five.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because I've been having way too much luck today. 4.
As the two of you go to attempt the slide underneath before the spell was cast by Frankie, you almost like hit the brakes too early and you come to a stop literally right underneath where the door is coming down. And as you come to the stop, there is when you see the green energy of these centaurs grab the door and hold the door open for the two of you.
Thanks, Rowan. And I just kind of slide, just kind of shift my body inside.
Yep,
I wait till the bike clears the door and I slam on the brakes and I want to do like a Power Ranger flip off the bike.
Give me athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics, of course. That is a 15.
Oh yeah, too easy. Ultimate Power Ranger, skid to a stop, side tuck into a barrel roll, land on your feet. Superhero pose with the antler gauntlet on the ground too.
I'm going to awkwardly stand the bike back up, get off of it, and then push it the rest of the way in.
Oh no, it didn't fall over. You just came to a stop sideways under the closing door.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I'm gonna just like turn it or get off, like lead the horse so its legs straighten out, and then just like lead the horse forward.
Awesome. Alrighty. As the three of you are now within the hangar, there is nothing in this hangar except for a long ramp that goes down. It's about as wide as like two private airplanes side by side.
What do y'all think? Do you think we should try to be stealthy, leave the bikes up here, or do you think we should just keep blazing ahead?
I think if they didn't hear us, then they're not as secretive as they think they are.
I think they probably know we're here, but I think ditching the bites would help a little bit, making us a little more conspicuous now where we're in this area.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm bright yellow, so
Just stick to the shadows, you'll be fine.
all right. Let's do it then.
Yeah, I'm with the two members that are the brightest colors of the team.
The least
On the stealth mission.
inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Okay, we got this.
As you make the decision to stow the bikes,
Mhm.
each of you hear from each of your familiars that the bikes can be stored within your grimoires.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I just like
as
hold my phone and I push it against the horse's nose, I guess.
As you move your phone out, taking the form of the grimoire, you watch the cover and a few pages turn as the paladin cycles then seem to like raise up on the wheels, their front two legs pulled up, and the energy pulled onto that page, where you then see them in their former glory as the steeds of the ArcaKnights in this like old fantasy woodcut artwork pressed on the pages.
I like stroke the back of my paladin cycle's mane before I put it into the grimoire.
So you guys are going to stay morphed and move in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just gonna like rub the side of the bike and be like, "Oh my god, you're fucking beautiful," and then just like push the book towards it.
Alrighty. Then I would like the three of you to give me infiltration checks.
Filtration.
Yeah, I totally put points in that.
I hope so.
I mean, I do have a D2 in it, and I rolled a 13 with a 2 on the D2. So that is
Awesome.
a crit, whatever it is.
I rolled a 20 with a 20d2.
I rolled a 6.
And
Well.
you were complaining about the brightly colored members of your team.
Hey, I'm dragging behind like a 30-pound arm, okay? Give me a break.
As the three of you begin making your way down the ramp leading deeper into the hangar here on Area 52, Gina, Marcia, you guys feel like you're pretty well hidden. Frankie is the paladin in heavy armor with a natural one on their stealth check, just stepping through the area. The three of you do notice, though, the further down that you are going, the energy signatures on your phone that show you guys who is actively morphed, who is connected to the morphing grid, that both Dior and Peter are no longer connected to the morphing grid.
We're gonna have to do something about that when we get out of here, I'm sure.
Yeah, I might have to reconnect them again.
And that's where we'll take our break.
Perfect.
Use the restroom, get a snack, get something to drink. We'll be back here in 10 minutes to continue this amazing story and see what's going on here at Area 52.
Sure, nothing will go wrong.
Sus.
Thus.
Welcome back to tonight's action-packed episode of ArcaKnights, a Power Rangers actual play series here on the Initiative Order. Two of our members have recovered the Vorpal sword, ? From Turtle Cove Lake. And our other three members have broken into a military installation and decided to make their way down a large ramp hidden underground that they saw the SUVs with their classmates be taken into. Peter and Dior, you guys get a message from Professor Cranston on your phones that says the others are in Area 52 going to save your classmates. I can send you guys there now that somebody has made contact within, if you would like me to.
Yeah, I mean, we got the sword, so.
Do you want me to send the sword here and you guys there, or do you want to take the sword with you?
I'll look to Dior. What do you think?
I would send the sword to him. It would be... We don't know how to properly use it yet, plus we need to study it to figure out.
And we need to keep it safe.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Yeah. Take the sword.
We watch the sword get wrapped in a rainbow of color before it disappears off and away from the two of you. As then the two of you are wrapped in your respective Ranger Spectrum colors and teleported into the hangar within Area 52. You see Frankie trying to hide, and he's just dragging his arm, like the gauntleted arm, against the side of like a concrete wall. You see like little bits of sparks coming off the side of it, like just.
Frankie, stop dragging your arm.
What? Oh, god damn it. I always forget that it's longer. Shit, my bad. That probably, I look back to like the long finger trails going through the concrete that I've been
There's
walking
just a
this whole time.
solid scrape down the entire wall.
So much for that.
You do see that Peter and Dior are not morphed. And Peter looks drenched. Just soaked.
Stopped.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. Can I try to like decall my power item and have the arm just like recede? I don't think Frankie's tried that yet. He's like, maybe you turn this off.
What is the skill for the power weapon?
It's
I think
might. It's
yeah.
might. Yeah.
Give me the roll for your power weapon.
Okay, cool.
You're just trying to beat a 10.
I mean, I'm specialized. If I fail this, then there's something going on. Yeah, I beat a 10. So
Awesome.
I won't even roll the next dice. It's a 20.
You watch as the antlers fold over the gauntlet and then just gone.
Okay, it does turn off. That's good to know.
Arm feels super light.
It does. I throw like really quick jabs to test it out. Like, holy shit, this feels fast.
Way faster than any other time.
I was actually worried that you were gonna like develop like super huge muscles on one arm, and people would get the wrong idea.
This could be really good for training. I wonder if I can switch arms just like as a weighted training. Rowan, we gotta talk later in the dojo.
Oh, speaking of the dojo, do you mind if I start teaching some Taekwondo classes?
Yeah, we can set something up. I need to get more students, though.
As much as I appreciate the calendar talk, we're in the middle of a secret Area 52 base.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That's
Marcia, give me an alertness check.
Fair.
By the way, at the reminder that we're in Area 52, Dior's eyes just like light up. He's like, right, we're in secret base.
nice.
We should probably transform.
I fumbled.
Did you two show? You two shut up, demorphed.
Yep.
Everyone
was
is
swimming in
talking
a
over
lake
me and I
eating.
noticed nothing.
Yeah, you're kind of.
You
Why are you
suddenly
soaking wet?
hear Peter and Dior up towards the entranceway, which kind of throws you for a second. You're not exactly when they got here, how they got here. They're also not morphed, and Peter's sopping wet. You don't notice anything more than that. The rest of you up towards the top start to see amber lights swirling. No sounds. No like active alarms, but these amber lights are going off. As you notice the ramp that leads down is starting to shift up.
Ah, shit. I'm going to, as I'm running, like very quietly morph, like turn the page. Morph it time. ArcaKnight 4. Red Dragon ArcaKnight. Like, just whisper it as I go to transform.
Alrighty.
And run towards the ramp.
This whole place is tech, right?
Entirely.
Oh, I'm like a kid in the candy store. Yeah, also quietly, turn the page, ArcaKnight form, like Surface Ranger, go. And then if I can find anywhere that I have, like, I know what I can see. I need to see where a lot of the conduits go.
Give me a technology roll.
Yes.
As I assume the rest of you are making your way past the ramp where it's starting to close off. Marcia, you were already past that point. You see it's like a beveled lift. As soon as it closes off, it's like rounded on the face that's behind you.
So to be sure, it's gonna close, and if it closes before everyone else gets here, it'll just be me here.
Oh no, they have made it through, but as they're making their way in, you notice that it has that beveled, rounded bit. What'd you get?
That's a 26.
Nice.
Okay, let me grab this.
That's the double crit, baby.
Document here for you. So you are aware of a multitude of wiring conduits, several locations of where there are like keypads, interactions, things of that nature. As you're looking over them, you can see the access code list for all of the people who have access to that pin pad listed above it. So you know the key code for every passcode within 500 feet of you currently. Also, you notice 3 or 4 different morphing grid conduit sections. One that seems very outdated, like very. Another that seems just about within this time frame if humanity did start using morphing grid energy for anything. Another that is beyond advanced. This should not be on Earth level of advanced, but seems oddly familiar to you. And the 4th seems to be siphoning and moving almost identical morphing grid energy to the ones that you guys are currently accessing. Like it's tapped into the ArcaKnight portion of the morphing grid itself, but you only see 2 colors moving through it. You see blue and you see a tarnished gold.
Okay, y'all want excellent news, good news, or bad news?
All of it while we run.
Cool. Before we start running, I have access to this. I want to see if I can turn off any alarms or sensors, essentially.
Oh yeah, you have disconnected the alarm system from being triggered by any of your presence or morphing grid energy.
All right. And I'm just running backwards while I'm talking to them because that's all shut off now. Just all right. So, case in point, I know where the stuff is, especially for all of the morphing grid energy. Excellent news. There's a lot of morphing grid energy, a lot of different variations of them. Some from like stuff that doesn't make any sense, stuff that should fit into here but not really here, and ours. So there's that. Bad news. I detect 2 of our energies, blue and tarnished gold.
Oh, that's not good.
That's really not good. But look, I know we're on a time crunch here, but a lot of morphing grid energy. Everything's kind of going 90 miles per hour for me right now. So what do you want to do?
Should we split up again?
Listen, there's an energy here that is really, really familiar to me. I need to see it.
I mean, I honestly don't understand the words you just said, DR. So I'm gonna go for the students.
Fair enough. Chiron, do me a favor. We've
Yes.
mapped out where those conduits are. Can you send that to their helmets?
All of you then see like almost as if the energy is pulsating out of the wall. You know, when you're playing a game and you get like the guideline
Yeah.
that kind of leads you to the next checkpoint, you're seeing that through the walls to each of the keypads, and there's like a small list of numbers next to it. You see the 4 different morphing grid conduits that are moving through the entire area. For anyone, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask Dior a question.
Go for it.
Dior, did you say one was really old?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you going for?
I need to go for the one that seems familiar to me. It seems to not come from here, which also intrigues me. But it might be something that helps.
Do
I'll
we
go
know
for the
which
old if
one
you prefer the new.
Do we know which one all of our classmates are in?
With that massive success, you know that the one that has the 2 ArcaKnight energy signatures seems to be where your classmates are.
That'd be the one that I must say Pluto. That'd be the one that our Green Ranger's heading to. The one with the 2 ArcaKnight energies. And being honest, Peter, it might actually be a good idea to have most of you all go to them. Let me handle the morphing grid. The part that I need, I will immediately come to you with anything that I can do to help.
Why don't we just
Sounds
stay with
good.
the teams we are? Peter, why don't you go with him so he's at least not alone in case you guys run into anything, and the girls can come with me.
Works for
I
me.
think-
I came here to get the kids out. So
Same.
You guys think you can handle those 2 by yourselves?
no, but I think that you'll be done in time to help us.
So
I think
we got
I
them at
think
least
Dior-
outnumbered a little bit. We should at least buy you some time until you 2 can catch up.
You wouldn't be splitting up if we didn't trust you.
All right, I'm trusting you guys. Call us as soon as you need help.
Yeah,
Will
no
do.
worries.
Going to turn him.
Yep, and we'll head off.
All right. Following Peter and Dior, you basically have a built-in heads-up display map of this entire place, thanks to Dior's technological advancements and capabilities. Following the morphing grid conduit that Dior said is familiar, but also definitely not from here, definitely not from this time, much more advanced than it should be, leads you to a sealed off doorway. Keypad set in front. As the 2 of you look at it, there's only one code that allows access into this room at all. The code is 0518.
Enter that code in.
As you enter that code in, Dior, I would like for you to give me this is a strange one. Give me a survival roll.
Oh. Got you.
And Peter, give me alertness or technology.
Gonna go with alertness because technology. I got a big old goose egg. The 15 on the die plus 1.
Okay.
16.
With your alertness, looking over the area, all of the energy that you can see is like moving through the walls comes to a singular point in the center of this triangular room. The center of this triangular room is a large glass tube, and the center of the tube is broken. Whatever liquid or thing was within it is no longer there, but this energy is like being driven to and being expelled from this tube itself.
17, by the way.
And as you approach it, moving forward, you see what looks like, the best way to describe it is the silhouette of a person, like curled in a ball at the base of this tube. Dior, as you step into this room, all of your visual sensors turn off. All of your audiological sensors turn off. As you are now standing within a large golden palace. The construction doesn't fit any kind of civilization, whether past, present, or future, existent on Earth by any means. But it feels familiar to you. Like you've been here before. You've stood at the bottom of these steps. You have had conversations and discussions and war planning and things of that nature here. And as you look down over yourself, you see yourself covered in silver armor, not like Power Ranger or ArcaKnight armor, but like war armor, that of a sentry or a knight, but not earthly. It's strange, but the dichotomy makes sense because you know that you're not on Earth. You know that you're on the planet Eltar. You know that your name is Zordon. You know that you were just promoted to the Silver Eltarian Guardian. And the next image you have is looking through glass. That same silvered shimmer in the liquid that you've been suspended in for the last couple of thousand years. As you look upon a Red Ranger, and you tell him that in order to remove the darkness from the world, he needed to accept the little bit in him. As that Ranger draws a spiral saber and crashes it into the glass, releasing your energy onto the galaxy, removing the active evil in the universe by giving yourself. But you were taken. Your physical form was taken. And you can't see, and you can't hear, but you can still feel the power of the Morphing Grid keeping you alive before your audio sensors re-engage, visual sensors re-engage, body articulation re-engages.
Whoa, you good?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if the name Zordon means anything to you, but we're gonna put a pin in this for right now.
There's a person right there on the floor.
Just going to head over to that.
Yeah, because you said there was a person curled up in front of the broken tank, right?
Inside the broken tank.
Oh, inside the broken tank.
Just gonna head over and just peer into the inside of the broken tank.
That looks like the last memory you had before you came back.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Okay.
You know this guy?
Looked at okay. Can I demorph part of myself? No? Okay. This is dumb. I'm demorphing.
Okay.
What you doing?
I thought it was just morphing grid energy. But it's you, isn't it?
And with that, we jump over to the other three Rangers. As you guys are making your way towards the funneled ArcaKnight grid energy, where you were told that is where your classmates are being held. On the keypad outside of that room, you can see there's a litany of passcodes you can put in. Doesn't matter which one you put in, but they're all there and available to give you access to the room. What you are aware of, though, because of the wonderful map that was put in your heads up display, is there are 3 of the battle Draugr, the big 12-foot tall ones, inside that room.
Cool. So as soon as this door opens, we're gonna get in a fight.
Looks that way. I have a stupid idea.
Stupid ideas have gotten us this far.
I mean, my
And
idea
I'm
was just
literally
gonna.
summoning.
I was just gonna run in and punch him in the face, but so yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna pull my bike back out and get on it.
Okay, so you are summoning the ArcaKnight Paladin cycle in
I
this
back,
hallway.
I back
in
up like
front of the door.
15 feet.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have it like 5 feet back and just like get ready to go as soon as one of you punch that in. I'm gonna just like peel into the room with the bike.
Mhm.
Okay.
I summon the Feywind bow, and I'm positioning myself right by the keypad.
Okay.
And I go, I can put this in if you have an idea what kind of trouble you want to get in, Frankie.
I'll go on the other side of the door and just follow the bike in, I suppose. Wait, no. You got room for one more on the bike, Gina?
Yeah, there's room on the back.
You could stand on the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on the back, and as I stand on the back, I'm just gonna cock my fist and have the arm reappear and just get ready. So
As
come-
I'm also gonna summon one of the Katanfas since I can only use one while I'm riding the bike.
As you go to stand on the back of the Paladin cycle, Frankie, you see as soon as your feet come in contact to the back portion of it, you see green energy start to come from the back of the wheel area, and the antlers form over your feet, giving you a standing mount position on the back of it.
Okay, this shit's just really cool.
It is. It really is.
So, order of action. Marcia's going to put in the code. Gina's going to hit the gas.
And I'm gonna punch something.
You're going to punch something. All right. Marcia, are you going to do anything immediately after entering the code?
Not immediately after. I'm gonna shoot something.
You're prepared, but code,
but not
let them
immediately
go in
afterward.
and
Yeah.
then move in. Okay. All right. So with that all in place, Marcia, you enter the code. Doors open. Gina, are you looking first, then hitting the gas, or hitting the gas and looking later?
I am hitting the gas immediately, so as soon as the doors are wide enough, I'm already through. They're not even open all the way.
Okay. So you immediately floor it. You see the front 2 legs dig into the concrete and like jam deep into the concrete and force the Paladin cycle forward. Give me a acrobatics or athletics, Frankie.
Okay, definitely acrobatics.
So you can avoid the door knocking you out.
I rolled a 19.
Oh yeah, you're good. So immediately as the Paladin cycle tears into the room, you're able to duck down, reach your hand back, seeing the first battle Draugr off to your right. You go to make the swing.
Yep, I'm gonna punch it.
Roll to make that attack.
Okay. Okay. That is a, let's see, 9 plus 6. So it's a 15, but the d6 was a crit. And
15 does hit.
Okay, I'm going to try to take one of these dudes out like quick. So I'm going to use the once a day thing.
Pump up your damage?
Yeah, pump up my damage.
Alrighty. That puts you at 2 or 3.
Puts me at 4 from 2.
4. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You immediately, like, the antlers from the gauntlet open and grab at the battle draugr and almost crush it to rubble immediately. Gina,
Okay.
I do need a driving roll from you real quick.
Yep. Let's see how bad I do.
And Marcia, give me an alertness as you turn around through the door with the bow ready.
18.
18. Everybody's trying to Akira slide. You Akira slide and are able to position the paladin cycle, blocking off the back of your classmates that you see now, like giving them a shield, protecting them from anything on your guys' side. Marcia, what'd you get?
16.
16. Marcia, you see a woman with long black hair, pulled back very tightly, green, black, like coffin fingernails, with a very thin, form-fitting black dress, bright green lipstick on her lips, this green and black eyeshadow, as she seems to be taking a small bit of essence from each one of your classmates that walks up and putting it into what appears to be a large like stone coffin, chained and locked away. In the center of it, it has a ArcaKnight symbol. Let me grab that really quick. You see in the center of the stone coffin, the depiction of this large, almost like evil-looking frog, like a demonic bullywog, on the center portion of this stone coffin. And as the energy is taken from each person, the small bit that's taken from each person and put towards it, you see that small symbol glow blue, just barely, and then fades away.
Yeah, that's not good. I would like to shoot that.
The coffin or the lady?
I'm still trying to make up my mind. I'll aim for the coffin.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. Using targeting?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching nothing but Alec's reaction right now.
Critical success. I rolled a 22. With a 4 on my D4.
So, Feywind Firebow in hand, drawn back, that pink energy forming a crystalline arrow as you release it from the bow. You watch it like arc over everyone gathered and connect dead center to the symbol in the center of the coffin. And you watch the blue energy that it was emanating stop emanating. And Yamaya turn towards you. Well, it seems my sister has decided to send a pest. And to think I was trying to bring one of your own back. If not for myself. As she raises a hand forward and you watch the other 2 battle draugr go rushing towards the door where Marcia is at. The children disappear in a puff of black smoke before Yamaya's wicked form begins to change, standing in front of all of you, into the great tempest hag Yamaya.
What'd you do with the kids?
You say, what did you do with the kids?
Yeah.
I sent them home. None of them seemed to be the right one for the blue ArcaKnight power, so we'll keep looking until we find it.
Yeah, we're not going to let you do that.
At this point, the three of you see in your heads-up display that Dior has demorphed.
I just go on the comms. The hag lady's here, guys. Students are gone now, but we need help here immediately.
Yeah, I'll get Dior. We'll be on our way.
I'm going to rev up my horse and charge it right at her, and I'm gonna try to kneecap her while she's in mid-transformation.
That's breaking the rules. You don't attack people while they're transforming. Go ahead. Roll
That is breaking the universal rule.
Nah.
Yeah,
Moses,
well,
justice.
Nah, I agree with Android 17. You don't fucking wait for that shit. You just attack.
yeah, exactly. All right.
Alrighty.
So I'm gonna use my Kitanfa and literally try to kneecap her as I drive past.
All right. And you're driving it toward, like, at her as well.
Yes.
As
Okay,
as
so
she drives
roll
past,
the-
can I roll off the bike and land next to the lady as like the bike goes by?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you make your Tonfa attack, roll the ram attack from the paladin cycle
the bike.
for me.
Yeah.
It's just a D2.
Yeah.
And then roll your Tonfa attack.
10 or
10.
no, just a 9.
Yeah, no, does not. As you drive forward, like that portion of her body has already transformed and she kind of lifts her leg away from the cycle. But go ahead and make your attack now.
21.
21. That hits. I do believe that is 1 point. Correct?
Yeah, that's
1 point
all
slashing.
Is
Or-
it slashing?
Sharp.
It is sharp, yeah.
Yeah, 1 point sharp. Okay. Alrighty, that takes her down a peg. Would you like to do your multi-attack ability?
You know what? May as well.
It's worth a shot. You're right there.
Yeah.
And then
I will expend a personal power to do that.
Marcia will get
Second attack.
one more action, and then Frankie will get one more action.
Yeah, I'm waiting to say
Yeah,
my
that
action until the
one's a
bike drives by, so
4.
I'm solo with her.
Second attack is definitely going to be missing. It's
Okay.
only a 4.
Yeah, that misses.
And then 18, but I crit on the D4.
18 hits. So that's another point. Well, no, that should be bludgeon. So that's coming from your triple strike, correct?
Yeah, so it would be like I try to hit twice with the Kitanfa, and the first one hits, the second one goes wide, and then like I stand up in the saddle and kick while I'm riding the bike, just like kick her in the gut.
Hell yeah. There we go. Marcia, what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm still technically outside this room right now.
Yes.
I'm gonna move just enough so I could get on the other side of the door
Mm-hmm.
and take the rest of my move to move leftwards into the room towards the nearest corner.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Make that targeting.
And I fail. I rolled a 5.
Oh yeah, that absolutely misses. As that arrow goes flying towards her, you see the what were previously very finely manicured nice nails extend out as one of them just like kips the arrow away as she continues growing and growing. Frankie.
I wait till the bite gets like a little bit away to where Gina's out of the way, and then I disengage the thing holding me in place and do a bat flip towards Amaya and come down with the fist like right at her. And I will use my solo strike ability because now there's no allies within 5 feet. So I could shift my dice up to a D8.
Go for it.
So that is a 16 on the D20, and then my highest dice was the D6, which was a crit. So it's going to be a 22.
That hits.
And I'm going to spend a point to grapple her.
All right.
On the hit. It does 2 damage. 2 energy damage.
Yep. Alrighty. As you do the backflip into the air, as the only contender currently within melee range of her, punch into her, and the antlers then connect around the ankle and lock into the concrete, holding her there. As we shift back towards Peter and Dior.
Hey, Dior. I mean, is this guy in the tank conscious? Is he moving?
Nope.
I'm gonna shake him a little bit.
You can't reach in. There's like a crack in the glass, but they're at the bottom of this tank.
Dior, do we break him out of here? Our team needs our help. And it looks like they got a guy captured in here. Here, you know more about this than I do. So get this guy out of here and see if the doc can get you back to base with this guy, and I can go help the team.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
All right. And I'm gonna sprint my way. Back to I'm gonna basically follow the signature to where the rest of the group is.
Got it. Are you summoning the dragon spear on your way there?
Always.
Awesome. Dior, what are you doing?
Can't reach in.
You could break the glass.
He is. I'm just going to start kicking at the glass to break the rest of it.
Your human leg?
No.
No?
No.
As you kick at it with your cybernetic leg, with the vision that you just had previously, you now recognize the metal that comprises almost 85% of your body. This is Eltarian grid metal. And as your leg connects with the glass, it's like taking the bit from a spark plug and throwing it at a window, how it just immediately like spider webs and shatters. That's what happens as soon as your metal leg comes in contact with the glass.
If I can, I want to, because he's essentially at like knee height to me, like laying down, right?
He's curled up. He's human shape. He's human in size. He's not huge.
I'm going to...
It would be like if Frankie was curled in a fetal position in front of you.
I'm going to crouch
as
down.
The biggest person you're aware of.
Yeah. I'm going to crouch down and I'm going to place the cybernetic hand just onto him.
As you place the Eltarian grid metal arm onto who you know to be Zordon, you are instantly wrapped in white light as all of the grid color and spectrum wraps around your entire body and his, and you feel yourself pulled from this place, from this reality, from this time, from this location. You are immediately immolated with grid, with the morphing grid. This living power has separated you from the tangible material world, and in the white room you see these visage of Zordon the Eltarian standing before you. I think you should speak with the emissaries. As you see blue, red, green, pink, black, gold, silver, yellow, balls of energy before they take humanoid shape, moving between the appearance of every ranger who has called that color their own, as they all speak at once. Welcome. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us, being a part of this.
God.
So much amazing stuff, so many amazing things. Eyes being opened to the power of spell crafting, lineage capabilities, morphing grid, the government stealing kids and trying to awaken other rangers for their own good or their own needs. Is the government the bad guys? We'll find out next time.
Always.
No.
Let's go around the
What?
circle. Have everybody tell you who they are, where you can find them, and yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll start with Brandon.
Hello everyone, it is I, Brandon O'Brien. I am a poet, writer, and game designer from Trinidad and Tobago. You can find me almost everywhere on social media at The Rising Tides. That's Tithes. You can also find me at therisingtides.itch.io, where I am currently making games, including presently working on a Kamen Rider-inspired RPG called Hero Revolution, which you may see some updates about sometime later in the month. But if you want to find out about that or any of the other stuff that I make, please check out therisingtides.itch.io. Also, I wrote a poetry collection called Can You Sign My Tentacle? So if you're into poetry about the gods of the Cthulhu mythos coming down to Earth to get J. Cole's autograph before he leaves town, definitely check that out wherever you buy poetry books.
Yes. Pluto.
Everyone, I am Pluto, a non-binary bisexual streamer on a quest to run every game in the known universe. I am a new community leader here at the Initiative Order. When I'm not running games on my own channel, you can usually find me here and everywhere else on social media under Pluto Cleric. Next thing for me, tomorrow night here on the Initiative Order at 7 p.m. Pacific, we have episode 3 of Dresden Files Accelerated. We're gonna time skip and get into the plot of the second book from the Dresden Files series and see if they can keep stuff on track with what happened in the story and not mess up the timeline. I have way too many other things to pitch, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But if follow me on probably Twitter for the most updates on what I have else going on this week and next.
Krimsin.
Hey y'all, I'm Krimsin. Sorry. Hey y'all, I'm Krimsin Galaxy. That's Krimsin, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. I am a non-binary trans feminine individual that likes to do actual plays, and sometimes I get a little bit political over on my Twitter. That is at sin_gal. You can find me there, and you can find me both here and on Instagram at Krimsin_Galaxy_RPG. Later this week, you can find me playing in 2 other games. On Wednesday, you can find me over on Party White Games at 1 o'clock playing some Things from the Flood. And yeah, that game's just blast and super fun, so come check that out. And then on Friday you can catch me over on twitch.tv/otherdoc at 5 p.m. PST with some Don't Rest Your Head, which is a fun little game about nightmares and how sometimes when trying to fight against them we become them. And that one's a horror themed campaign, super fun. Check that out too. Yeah, come check this back out too. The Initiative Order is freaking great. I don't know.
I love it here. Javante.
Hi everyone, it's Javante, who just got absolutely traumatized, and I'm super freaking stoked for this. You can find me over on my Twitter at Javante. Pretty much everywhere else where I mostly am just venting a little bit. But as far as other things you can catch me on, you can catch me playing Ilya in a Dishonored game that's going to be releasing here on YouTube shortly. Keep my eye on Twitter for that. Oh, and what's the other thing I'm doing? Oh yeah, you can catch me next week on my birthday of April 19th. I'm on the other side of the DM's table here for Initiative Order, where we'll be taking a bunch of fantastic people through a journey through hell as we dive into 5e Inferno.
Love it. Can't wait. We'll send you updates on the Power Rangers thing since you won't be able to watch it. Alec.
Hello, I am Alec, or Alec the Bard. I am a TTRPG content creator. You can find me everywhere as Alec the Bard, and you can find my games, Heroes of Bastion, Secrets of the Core, Legacy, Mysteries of the Maw, a bunch of interconnected games across a bunch of different timelines over on my YouTube channel. If you like teen drama, check out Heroes of Bastion. You like a little bit grittier, a little bit darker, check out Secrets of the Core. Both release bi-weekly over on my YouTube. So, yeah.
Everybody go follow the YouTube. He's almost to be able to be partnered. Let's get him there already. He should be.
I'm like a sneeze away. But anyways.
And I am Will, the lore keeper over at ArcaLight Court. You can find me all over the internet at ArcaLight Court. I'm an indie TTRPG game designer. I'm also a professional 5e content creator for Dungeon Studios, where I do a bunch of writing for their upcoming projects. If I'm not here, you can catch me in Pluto's other game over on Open Circuit Studios, playing Enoch in Suits in the Dark with the superpower of gun. And if I'm not doing that, I'm working on countless other projects. I have a trading card game that I'm working on that's going to be kickstarted here in May. And I've got my own game system that I'm also going to be kickstarting in June. More information on that, but also super special information. Going to get that out there for everybody now. Coming soon, we're going to have merch available for the ArcaKnights here. A series of clothing available with art for each one of the characters, because we are raising money to get special artwork done for the Rangers of themselves and their Zords and other cool things that I have to throw their way. But it's been a blast. It's been wonderful. Thank you all for being here. And as always, on Mondays, it's morphin' time.
Whoop, 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 whoop.